Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Om Bhavatapa Pranashinne Ananda Ghanamurtaye Jnana Bhakti Pradayinne Matastubhyam Namo Namaha. Jai Ma, Jai Ma. Okay, so now comes that time when 93, 94, when I was doing my classes. I had 4 students a day. Now every student had to come once a week. So now supposing one student is at 9 o'clock in the morning, from 9 to 10:30, she would be her class. Then after that Monday is over, she has time for 1 week to practice whatever I've shown and come the next week on Monday at 9:30. So I had a student coming like that one day, and she had, when she came to class, it was basically makeup and clothes and how to look good, how to keep a clean skin, how to have a good diet, everything was there. So she came with so many pimples, lots of pimples on her face, and she had come to, learn makeup and all that. And I said, no, I'm sorry. I was a very strict teacher. I said, I'm sorry, but I can't touch your face in this situation. You have to go home. You have to take some medication, do some face cleaning, do all that. And I told her what to do. And I said, go home and do all this. And once your skin clears out, then you come back and then I will teach you. So she says, ma'am, I have tried everything, but nothing is working on me. I've tried cleaning, I've been to the doctor, I've taken medicine, I've done everything. So she then suddenly jumps up on me and says, you do so much of puja. I said, no, I really don't. Because in my room, there was a photograph of Ma, and there was a photograph of Sai Baba, and I used to light incense, and I used to collect the udi. Udi is that, the ashes from the incense, from the agarbatti. I used to collect it in a bowl. So the bowl was full of all this udi, So she says, you do so much puja and everything, and you are such a bhakt, and you have collected so much udi. So why don't you give me some of this udi and tell me what to do, and my skin will be cured. I said, are you joking? You think I'm a magician or something? I said, nothing like that. You go home and do all this. She went on and on and on. Finally, it became a joke. I said, what do you want me to do? Because she refused to go. So she says, you just give me the udi, please, because I know I trust you. I know that it's going to help me. I said, you think so? I really don't know, So she says, no, I know. So I laughed and I told her, this is a big joke and I'm doing a joke on you. Okay, nothing's going to happen to you, but I'm trying. So I took a little piece of paper. I put the udi in that, I wrapped it and I gave it to her. I said, okay, here it is. Now try your luck. So she's saying, what am I supposed to do? I said, how do I know? So she says, no, tell me, how am I supposed to take? How many times a day? I have to lick it. What do I have to do? And then what do I have to say? I said, whatever came in my mind, I told her. I said, do it this way and say this. Whatever. Now I don't even remember. She said, okay, she went home. I had 4 students a day, that I would get from morning to evening. And every day new students. So I used to forget. I couldn't remember what I had told whom and whatever. Whenever they came and told me that you had told us to do this, that is the time I would remember. Now this girl comes back the next Monday, and I had forgotten that she had so many pimples and all that I had forgotten. So she came and she stood in front of me like this and she says, how do I look? I said, you look great. Why? So she says, oh, you've forgotten? I said, forgotten what? She's saying, do you remember I had so many pimples? I said, oh yes, you had a lot of pimples. So what medication did you use? What did you apply? What did you do? She's saying, oh, you've forgotten that also. I said, forgotten what? So she says, you had given me that udi. I said, no, stop joking with me and don't give me this nonsense, okay? So she's saying, I'm telling you, just listen to me. I said, okay, tell me. So she said, that udi, I did exactly like how you told me. And look at my skin today. I don't have a single pimple. Neither did she have a single mark. I was myself shocked out of my mind. I couldn't believe it. So I said, what? So she's saying, yes. The next time, she got another girl and she said, this is her problem. Can you help? I said, no, I'm not doing this as a business, okay? Just go, This is not my cup of tea. But believe me, friends, after that, people just started coming. Somebody has blood pressure, somebody has asthma, somebody has a knee problem, somebody can't walk, somebody something and somebody something. It was like the word just went on spreading. Even the building where I live, over there also my neighbors and all would turn up and say, please give it to us. And believe me, it helped everybody. I'm saying, what is this? I just didn't know what it was. Now comes the time, one day, I had a staff, one of my staff members. Suddenly she tells me in the morning, from tomorrow I won't be coming for a few days. I said, why? So she says, my sister is very ill. And they live in the neighboring building, in the garage downstairs, her whole family. She lived somewhere else because she was married, but her mother and her sister and all of them live in the neighboring building. So she says, my sister is so ill and she has been possessed. I said, what? So she says, she's been possessed. I said, by a ghost? So she says, yes. She said, we've tried everything under the sun. We've called doctors, we've called those people जो झाड़ू लेके ऐसे ऐसे मारते हैं ना धमाक, वो भी हमने बुलाया. They try to remove the possession from the person. We've tried everything. The doctors come and given her so many injections and everything, and finally now the doctor came and she's like a piece of rock. We can't bend her hand. She doesn't drink, eat, nothing. She can't open her mouth. Her eyes are popped up. And she's looking in the sky and she's completely dehydrated. There's nothing in her body. She doesn't drink, eat, and we are very worried that she might just die. And she's so stiff, she's like a rock, that 4 people are not able to lift her. She's that heavy and her legs are straight like this and they don't bend. I said, my God, what are you going to do? So she said, that's why I'm taking leave, because we are thinking of taking her to a mental asylum in Thane, which is in the suburbs of Bombay. I said, mental asylum? So she says, yes, that's what we are trying to do, because nothing has helped her. And we are very worried. And she was a young girl, not married, nothing. So I said, oh my God, go quickly, and do whatever you have to do. She says, firstly, I have to call for some 4 very hefty men to carry her. We'll have to put her in a taxi and then take her, and I don't know how they're going to carry her and put her in a taxi. I said, okay, whatever you need to do, just do it, So she went. She shut the door. She went out of the house. She shut the door. Again, she rang the bell and came running back. She's saying, Didi, can you do me a favor? I suddenly thought of it. I said, what? Can you give me your Udi for her? I said, my Udi? When you have called so many doctors, so many Bua Babas to remove the ghost from her, whatever you've done, how is... I said, I don't mind giving you the Udi, but I don't know how much it will help her. She said, please give it. This is the last chance we have. Please give it. I said, okay. I gave her the Udi and she asked me again, what was she supposed to do? I said, tell her to say this. Bole, she can't talk. How will she say anything? I said, yeah, I forgot. Tell your mother to open her mouth any which way and put this in her mouth and say this, whatever it was, which I don't remember. So she said, okay. And she went running with that packet of Udi. Next morning, she comes for work. And I said, you were not supposed to come. What happened? Your sister's now there? What did you do? She's saying, my sister is fine. I said, your sister's fine after so many days of struggle? She's saying that Udi worked for her. I said, what? So she said, I went and gave it to my mother. My mother was doing exactly what you had instructed. And in the evening, that eyes that were popped up for so many days came down slowly. Yes, she's very, very weak, but she now could get up. She's sitting outside the garage and she's having a cup of tea, and she's so weak that I agree that she's extremely weak, but everything has gone from her body, whatever was possessing her. And she has requested, please ask Didi, can I come to her mandir? Because I had this small mandir that time, and can I light an agarbatti there? I said, sure, tell her to come and do it. So she came, they brought her up. She came and she lit this agarbatti and she said, thank you to Bhagwan. I said, say thank you to Sai and Ma both, So she did that, and that ghost was gone. I was shocked out of my mind. I couldn't believe it. Then comes the time, in 95 when I met Swami Bhaskaranandji. I told him this entire story, what was happening to me. And he looked at me and he said, "Stop it now." I said, "Stop what?" He's saying, "Doing this, giving Udi to people, curing them. This will be a very big hindrance in your sadhana, on the path. So basically these things should be avoided completely, okay?" The very day he told me, "Stop this immediately now," it was all gone. So those things don't stand anymore with me. But look at the kind of experiences I had. Look at the kind of journey I have gone through, with Ma around. Obviously, Ma was guiding me all the time and she was there for me. What I'm trying to say is that I have never done, before this, I had not done, in this lifetime at least, I had not done any sadhana, nothing. I had said this earlier also, that people, when I read the Jivan Charitra and their biographies or autobiographies of different great saints who were on our land, when I read their stories, I'm saying, my God, look at their aspiration, look at the kind of zest they had to come to self-realization and how much they did. I had nothing like that. I was not aspiring to be anything. I wasn't aspiring to become a sadhu at all. This is all Ma's grace, that she actually pushed me on the road, pushed me and guided me, I mean, this is our mother. Once you catch hold of mother, or she catches hold of you, we have no capacity to catch hold of her. Once she catches hold of you, forget it, she'll never, never, never leave you. These are Ma's words again. That once I catch hold of you, no matter what you do, I will never, ever leave you. That is our mother. Thank you. Om Bhavatapa Pranashinne Ananda Gharamurtaye Jnana Bhakti Pradayinne Matastubhyam Namo Namaha. Jai Ma, Jai Ma, Jai Ma, Jai Ma.